Okay, hi everybody. You know me. I'm Lynn McDaniel. Lynn and Ty McDaniel. Ty is upstairs. We're at the Classic Men estate sale. We're prepping the sale. We're getting ready. It's going to be June 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. And this house is amazing, ladies and gentlemen. But I wanted to kind of talk a little about what Estate Sale Goddess does. Estate Sale Goddess, we've been doing this since about 2009. I started on Maxwell Street in Chicago, and my husband, Ty, I was his intern. I met him, and he was in the medical profession. We were both clinicians. You know, I never stopped my love of antiques, and I told him about it, and I didn't force him, you know, when we were courting. We would go on Saturday and Sunday afternoons, and we would hit all the vintage shops and all the antique shops, and so now, what do they say about the student surpasses the teacher? So now I look to him. He is definitely the head. I'm the neck. Can't make a move without me. But anywho, we are Estate Sale Goddess, and one of the things that we pride ourselves on doing is making sure that we tell the story of the estate. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about him right now. I've got my notes. I got my cheat sheet. One of the clients was a doctor, and his name was Dr. O. And the history of Dr. O is this. He was over 65 hospitals in the city of Chicago. 65 hospitals, that's a lot. And the rumor is, it's not a rumor, it's for true. They said that he could never sit through an entire dinner party without being called. He was always, you know, doctors are always on call. Now let me tell you about Mr. International. Mr. International was a model, and his modeling contract started over across the pond, over in London. He was on record albums, and I found his whole collection upstairs on the second level of the big photographs of him when he was working as a model, and I just thought it was fascinating. The clothing, everything in here in this household is Hermes and Lanvin and Dior and Gucci, Christian Lacroix, the really hardcore Versace, the hardcore designers. This is the vintage. And the wonderful thing about this is the majority of the clothing items that are in this home, they've never been worn. They're still in the original packaging. And it's not dry rot and it's not crumbling. This fabric is excellent fabric. This is the good cashmeres, it's the good cotton, it's the 100%, there's no blends. They're never allowed to blend to touch their body. They just had such style. I want to honor and I want to respect, I want to show our respect to every client that we have. Every client has a marvelous story, and I just love putting, it's almost like we're anthropologists. We're vintage lovers, we're antique lovers, we're art lovers, we're historians, but we love putting the story together. And when you walk into a home and you just look around, you can see their travels. You know, they flew the Concorde, they traveled, they had a ranch in Argentina, they lived in Paris, they lived a wonderful life. The average person will walk in and they won't know where to look. These clients, they knew exactly where they wanted everything to go. And with as many photos as we can, as much history as we can, it's wonderful. We're doing an estate liquidation and we are selling tables and chairs and Lalique and Hermes, but the important thing out of all of this, ladies and gentlemen, is that these two human beings had a wonderful life and they did wonderful things, and I want to honor and respect their choices, and I want to make sure that this home is their safe space and that we're honoring their safe space. And everyone that comes in, please come, shop, talk, ask questions about how wonderful this home is and all its contents. And I hope that when you come and you shop and you take a few pieces home with you, that you'll understand that you're taking something that belonged to someone, and you'll have the history of that person. And the wonderful thing about this sale and many other sales that we do too, it's like being able to take a little bit of history home with you, and you can pick and you can choose the things that you like, and if you want to pass on or if you want to build your own heirloom portfolio, this is the perfect Estate Sale Goddess is the perfect place to start. So okay, let's go back to the estate sale that's coming up. This is so cool. It's an American Foursquare #1, and it's got a living room, dining room, sitting room, butler's pantry. You know what a butler's pantry is? A butler's pantry is where they're in the kitchen preparing dinner, and then they have all of their flatware, all their sterling and everything, and they're serving dishes, and then there's this big oak swing door that swings out into the dining room. It's really nice. You're really going to enjoy this. And I also want to touch on this. I thought this was very interesting. They had 18 luxury cars. 18 luxury cars. And do you know the next door neighbors told us that they wouldn't even use the garage? You know, they love to park their vehicles on the street, and they were and they were motorcycle lovers as well. I've never seen such a big collection of sterling and turquoise jewelry in my life, and I've seen it all. So I'm very impressed by this. They've got 5 different place settings, sets of the very best of Limoges and Haviland. They've got every piece of Wedgwood I think ever made. They started their collection with the cameras, and they started with Kodak, and they have the very first Kodak camera all the way up to today. They have what's her name? She used to be the nanny for Phil Donahue. She lived on the North Shore, and she did the Rolleiflex camera. I can't think of her name, but they did a documentary on a fascinating woman. We've got those cameras, Mamiya cameras. So this person was a collector, but they collected only the best. Again, the sale is June 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. If you have any questions, just leave some questions down in the comments. Make sure to follow us and make sure to share this. This is very important. So, click like, share, subscribe. So, this is Lynn McDaniel. I'm signing off, and thank you so much. Remember, all love till soon. I'll see you at the next estate liquidation. Bye now.